Ebele is a tourism ambassador and carnival caliber influencer. She grooms other queens and runs an international beauty school. Women are beautiful in and out. A day with her was simply awesome.
My name is Ebele Enemchukwu, a learning and development expert, a beauty and image consultant, as well as an event host. But more relevantly speaking, I am Mrs. Nigeria United Nations, as well as Mrs. Tourism United Nations World 2015 to 2017. And that's me in a nutshell. Cheers, people. Well, it was a beautiful morning, like every other morning. I had just arrived work. I used to be in the telecommunications industry as a learning and development specialist. And on this particular day, I had just arrived at the office, turned off the ignition of my vehicle. And just when I was about stepping out, I heard something on the radio and I heard, hold on a minute, did they say miss? I said, they actually said Mrs. I said, okay, hold on. Then of course I took the website address and visited and said, okay, let me just try. In fact, I mentioned to some of my colleagues, they're like, are you serious? Hey, let's just try now. Let's just try. You know, it was supposed to be a joke, so to speak. Of course, I ran it by my husband. I mean, Mrs. already tells you it means, you know, it's for married women. So my husband was, okay, why not? Let's try this. And that's how I applied. Like joke, like joke. I got in camp, like joke, like joke. We're in Abuja at the Transcorp Hilton, and voila, I emerged Mrs. Nigeria United Nations. 2015, but it lasted 2 years, 2015 to 2017. And just when I thought that was it, I heard you're supposed to represent Nigeria on the world stage. So I went on to the world stage in Kingston, Jamaica, and clinched the Mrs. Tourism United Nations World title. And that's how the journey began. I mean, we're having this conversation today by virtue of that journey. And like I always say to people, when the vision is clear, your decisions become easier. I had always been, you know, for me, I had always wanted to speak to people, make a difference, impact lives, if you like. But whether or not we want to accept it, the truth is the world is drawn more to people with some form of celebrity status, if you like. So I realized that, okay, this would actually provide a great platform to amplify your voice, to reach more people, whatever it is you plan to do. So having this as the grand vision, if you like, the decision to go into it became easier. So that really is why we're here today. Now, getting into camp, I mean, we had the Nigerian version of the camp, we had the Kingston, Jamaica version of the camp. It was beautiful because I got to meet a lot of people. There was deeper appreciation and understanding of different cultures, backgrounds, beautiful people. The platform has provided, if you like, an expanded horizon from what it would have been, probably would have been without that platform. So yes, there's so much more I can go on and on, but I mean, we're talking tourism today. A lot of people say, oh, Mrs. Tourism. For many people, they actually just call me Queen these days. So if you say Mrs. Tourism, I'm fine. You say Queen, I'm fine. Before someone remember, okay, you actually Mrs. Enemchukwu. I say, there you go. So that experience has been beautiful. I have developed relationships that people I would call family today, and it has gone way beyond the crown. I mean, I left the crown. I passed on the crown in 2017, and it's been what, 6 years after that, and it's almost as if the story hasn't changed. Well, I do know that I have a strong understanding of time management principles. When you're not disciplined, it's not only when you're working for someone that it will come through. Even in your own business, you'll find that that lack of discipline will affect something. I mean, it might come like a drop of water, but over time it accumulates. You are beautiful inside. Well, let's put some icing on this cake. Now, the icing on the cake is the lipstick, the eyeshadow, the sculpting of the brows. Now, which is why you have WABIO Place, which is the makeup studio. So you hear WABIO, that women are beautiful. So it's a reminder, it's an affirmation every day. And our payoff, or if you like, our slogan is beauty for royalty. Talking about WABIO Place, the beauty. So you have beauty for royalty. And when we say beauty for royalty, it's a reminder that you are royalty irrespective of whether or not you have a crown, a physical crown now, or a sash or sashes across your chest. Lady, you are a queen. You are beautiful. You don't need external confirmation or approval to remember that every day. Nigeria of my dream is where can I visit another state? We're talking of domestic tourism. Can I do that road trip? These days road trips are going out of the roof. The main tourism is seeing the sights and sounds, not just the 45-minute flight from here to your next destination. The road trip, the experience, stop on the road, buy bole, interact with the people of the local community. Hear that language. So if I won't tell you bye-bye, waiting I go say, then I'll tell you that is life, that is tourism, that is the Nigeria of my dream. Can you do it right now? No. Do we want that day back? I mean, you keep hearing in those days. Can we have those so-called good old days? Can they come back? The Nigeria of my dream is not where I'll wait for the banks here to come and say they've loaded. They'll come and tell one of my staffers they've loaded and we run. Oh, go and queue, go and queue. Who wants that hassle? The Nigeria of my dream is not praying that my children go to school and return and that the whole bus doesn't, disappear or vanish. No thanks to kidnappers or ritualists or what have you. The Nigeria of my dream is security. Food security, because security is actually, it's a big word. We can break it down. And there's no bigger threat to man than that of hunger. So food security, security of your life. Can I sleep and I hear boom and I think it's banger and not thinking that somebody has come to rob? There were those days, oh, banger, somebody's celebrating. Oh, no, oh my God, where did the sound come from? That's not what you want. My name is Ebele Enemchukwu, a learning and development expert, a beauty and image consultant, as well as an event host. But more relevantly speaking, I am Mrs. Nigeria United Nations, as well as Mrs. Tourism United Nations World 2015 to 2017. I am the CEO of WABIO International Limited and founder of WABIO Foundation. And that's me in a nutshell. Cheers, people.